So, as I mentioned, this is a special session that at every Jalsa we hold on Saturday and Sunday, where we have guest speakers from different backgrounds, parliamentarians, civic leaders, academic personalities, and various other special guests, both from the UK and abroad, who come and address and give their best wishes to our Jalsa Salana. So we will start with a selection of video messages that we have received, and then we'll go on to individuals.
Salam alaikum. I am Councillor Beverly Mullaney, the Lord Mayor of Bradford. I am delighted to welcome you to the 58th Jalsa Salana. Here in Bradford, we are proud to have two of your mosques, the Bet Al Hamad Mosque on Leeds Road and the Al Mahadi Mosque on Rees Way. Both mosques provide great peace and tranquility to our district. Thank you once again for inviting me to join you virtually at your annual convention. Jalsa Mubarak.
As Mayor of the Royal Borough of Kingston upon Thames, I'm delighted to welcome you to the 58th Jalsa Salana. I want to thank you for all your community work across the Borough of Kingston, whether it be volunteering, donating to food banks, or the annual cleaning. Coming together as diverse and respectful communities is important to me, especially as tensions rise in many parts of the world. So I want to sincerely thank you for all you do to promote peace side by side with people of other faiths and no faith. I hope that your convention is a great success and that we're able to come together in the years ahead. Jalsa Mubarak.
Our organisation, FFWPU UK, really supports all of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community in all the good work that you are doing. We especially concur with the work of interfaith and also the good work that you've done in raising funds here in the UK and also here in Fife in Scotland in helping with the food bank and helping with the local community. We wish you a very successful convention this year.
My name is Krupesh Irani and I'm the London Assembly Member for Brent and Harrow, and I'd like to wish the Ahmadiyya Muslim community all the best for the 58th annual convention. I know many will be making that journey from Brent and Harrow to Alton, so I'd like to wish you all the best for the convention and also thank you for all your work and contribution to the wider society and communities across Brent, Harrow and all over the world.
Your Holiness and members of the community, I'm very sorry I'm unable to be with you personally at this year's Jalsa Salana, but as Lord Provost of the City of Edinburgh, I wanted to take this opportunity to thank you so much for the wonderful work you do both locally and more widely across the world, and to wish you all the very best for your gathering this year. Thank you very much.
Jazakallah. So now we will go on to our main program. Our first speaker this afternoon is Councillor Mara Makunura, who is the Mayor of Rushmore. She was the first elected onto the council in 2018 and has previously served as the Deputy Mayor. The charity is being supported by the Mayor of Rushmore, Young Carers Charity, PG, Salvation Clinic International Ministry, and West Farnborough Men's Shed. She's a good friend of the community, having been attending various events, including the charity walk in Islamabad, and is closely involved with the Jamaat in Rushmore. I'm delighted to welcome her and ask her to come and say a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to be here with you all. Thank you for inviting me and for all the work you do across the world. My name is Mara Makunura, the Mayor of Rushmore in Hampshire. I am so impressed with what I've learned and witnessed today. It is my first time here, but I'm beginning to understand a lot more about this community. This community has very rich history that is unique. Coming here allowed me to learn a lot of things that I didn't know about. I would encourage those out there who have different views about the Muslim community to attend these kind of events and learn for themselves. Peace be with you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our next speaker is a good friend, Dean Russell, who is the former Member of Parliament from Watford. He has also previously served as the Parliamentary Under-Secretary for the Department of Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy. As I said, he's a close friend of the community and has been supportive of our local Jamaat campaigns in Watford. Dean has also been a member of the All-Party Parliamentary Group for the Ahmadiyya Muslim community and has also had an audience with Hazur Akhtas at Islamabad. It gives me great pleasure to invite him to come and say a few words.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. It's wonderful to be back. I was blessed by the chance to meet and speak with His Holiness some time ago, and I'm still incredibly grateful for his wisdom. Reflecting on this event and His Holiness's words, I'd like to share a couple of thoughts on the two pillars that I believe bind us: community and faith. Faith is built within ourselves, and community is built with each other. In times of joy and challenge, these pillars of support guide us. And I've witnessed the incredible strength and unity that this community has brought to myself and to my own town. When we stand together and work together, that's when we are grounded in our faith and our values to build a better community. It's where we celebrate our achievements and support each other and build a brighter future. Faith, in a similar way, in all its forms, is the foundation of our community. It gives us hope within ourselves, our direction and courage to persevere through difficult times. And I know the persecution you have all felt over many years, and I stand with you against that. Through our faith and through our community, we're able to overcome obstacles, build resilience to endure, and compassion to help those in need. Together, we can continue fostering this spirit of community and faith. So please do go from today and engage with your neighbours, support local initiatives, and let your faith inspire you to make a difference to our community. Achieving peace in the world begins with achieving peace within ourselves. So thank you for your dedication and faith in our shared journey. Let us move forward together with faith in our hearts and a commitment to our communities. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dean. Thank you. Thank you very much. As mentioned earlier, we have received a number of video messages as well. So we're going to share two of these messages with you. The first video is from Scotland, from Reverend Norman Grant, who is the parish minister of Carhill Church in Scotland. The church was first established in 1752, and Reverend Norman Grant is the 11th minister serving local communities since 1990. He's a very good friend of our community and has attended many of our events, and I'm pleased to be sharing this message of support. The second message is from Councillor Richard Pine, who is the Mayor of Richmond upon Thames. Richard also serves as a trustee of Richmond Parish Land Charity and the Museum of Richmond. He's a good friend of the Jamaat and works closely with us. Now we'll listen to these two messages.
Greetings from Limekilns in Fife, Scotland. I'm glad that you're meeting in conference, and I'm praying for all the speakers who will be addressing you during these 3 days. It is with great sadness that we have to confess that the world is probably worse now than it was 12 months ago. The need for peace on earth and for the care of creation is more urgent now than it was then. The need for humanity to work together for the good of all is greater than ever. It is especially important that people of faith work for peace. It is the will of God that we live at peace and we recognise our common humanity. From a Christian perspective, we declare that humanity was created in the image of God. In His grace and mercy, in the many challenges we face, God will not judge what we could not do, but what we did not do. Your message and commitment to love for all and hatred for none is both good and godly. Your commitment to serving the needs of the community in which you live is commendable and shows that love in action. I pray that each and every speaker will be blessed and that you will be encouraged in faith and in your service. May the love of God be poured out upon you. May you be blessed in all that you think and say and do in these days and on into the future. Thank you for asking me to speak. Amen.
Assalamu alaikum. It gives me immense pleasure to congratulate the Ahmadiyya Muslim community for holding your 58th Jalsa Salana under the leadership of His Holiness Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad. I admire your charity work in the UK and here in Ondemand to build a cohesive, tolerant and harmonious society. Your charity, Humanity First, has been doing remarkable work to help people in need. And despite all the persecutions, Ahmadis have never stopped spreading the message of peace across the globe. This is a true demonstration of your motto, love for all and hatred for none. And I wish you all a very successful Jalsa Salana 2024.
Thank you very much. So our next guest speaker is Chief Dr. Robert Joseph, OBC, who is the hereditary chief of the Gwawa Anuk First Nation in Canada. In 2012, he was presented the Diamond Jubilee Medal by the Governor-General of Canada for his distinguished services to Canada. He's a very good friend of the community and has attended a number of our events during the Jalsa Salana, Western Canada. Dr. Robert and 7 members of the First Nation have traveled from Canada to be here with us today, and I welcome him and invite him to come and say a few words.
Greetings, all of you who are one with me. I am Kun Kuligedzi Wakyas, monumental thunderbird, mighty river. My English name is Chief Dr. Robert Joseph. I'm from a small village called Higams along the coast of British Columbia, Canada, and I'm currently Ambassador for Reconciliation Canada at home. Standing with me today are my brothers and sisters from Canada as well, and I'd like to just introduce them quickly. So I'll ask them to raise their hands as I call your name. My daughter, Hekwagilaowa, Shelley Joseph. From the Thunderchild Nation, Leonard Sapp, Counselor. Counselor Katharina Frank. Chief Donnie Ironchild of Little Pine. And Ron and Jean Erasmus from the Northwest Territories. I am in awe of your mission to humanity, serving poor people and unifying various faiths. The imperative that deeply aligns with our way as Indigenous people is our spiritual well-being. Connection is the pillar of spirituality. It is our connection to each other, all of us. Our spirits are uplifted to see you all aspire to this very important imperative. We are deeply grateful to be among you as you collectively and intentionally live out reconciliation, peace, and unity in your lives. A journey we are honored, so honored to be with you. Love for all, hatred for none, is what it says. I've seen it all around the buildings that I've been to. Indeed, indeed, love is the answer. Thank you.
Canada. Nara Takbir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Robert. Thank you. Thank you. Our next speaker this afternoon is Francisco Arvina, who is the Dean of the United Nations University of Peace in Argentina. The University of Peace is an international academic institution which was instituted through a multilateral treaty at the United Nations. He's a very dear friend of the community and has traveled all the way from Argentina to join us. I'm delighted to invite him to come and say a few words.
In the name of God, gracious and merciful, Asalum Akilum, peace be upon you. Dear members of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Council, thank you very much for the invitation to the United Nations University for Peace. My special thanks to the Holiness Mirza Ahmad, who through the Imam Marwan Hill invite us to participate in this significant global gathering. For more than 4 decades, the University for Peace has been dedicated to training for peace. We have more than 7,000 graduates. Those work in more than 100 countries in peace building. The United Nations for Peace and your community share the values of peace, tolerance, dialogue, environmental protection, respect the international law, and the well-being of the humanity. University for Peace is a global entity. We have a permanent representation in United Nations General Assembly in New York and the Human Rights Assembly in Geneva. We train leaders from Somalia to Honduras, Belgrade to Beijing, The Hague to Addis Ababa, from Colombia and Manila to Rome and Turin. The headquarters is in Costa Rica. I would like to share 5 central ideas. I gave only the titles. The war seems to be out of control. As you know, the war are intensified. This global system that has the UN under attack, we must recognize the peace is weak. The promotion of peace became fundamental objective in the new cycle of international system. The U-Peace carry out the second-track diplomacy action in favor of the dialogue. The third idea is promote peaceful coexistence and unity through education. education is essential. Innovation and technology to meet the global challenge, including artificial intelligence. 5, building bridge through global citizenship and cultural exchange. I invite to the Ahmadiyya Muslim community to engage with us. Due to your commitment with the peace, you must have an active participation in development of peaceful coexistence, inclusive participation in the prevention of extremism, and essential participation against the hate speech. We need to build a capital of peace and generate dividend for peace. We invite you to invest in 10 scholarships at the University for Peace to promote peace through cultural exchange, mutual respect, to training new younger generation. I express my sincere gratitude to the Ahmadiyya Muslim community met in Jalsa Salana 2024 for their solid commitment to peace and education. Together, we can create a better world. If you want peace, work for peace. Peace, salam, salam. Thank you. Peace be with all of you. Thank you very much.
Takbir! Jamaat Ahmadiyya Argentina! Nara Takbir!
Thank you, Francisco. Thank you very much. Our next speaker has come all the way from Indonesia. Professor Ali Matul Kibtoya has traveled to Jalsa Salana from Indonesia. She is the commissioner of the National Commission of Violence Against Women. She's also the professor at Sunan Kali Jaga State Islamic University, Yogyakarta. She's also the chair of the Research and Development Institute of Asia in Indonesia. She's a close friend of the Jamaat, and I invite her to come and say a few words.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Narae Takbir. Islam Ahmadiyah. The Holiness and member of Ahmadiyya Muslim community. Thank you very much for this special invitation. I feel deeply honored to be able to connect with the Ahmadiyya Muslim community across the world. This is my first time attending Jalsa. Over the 2 days, I have extraordinary spiritual experiences here. The unity and in the same time respect the diversity of culture is beautiful in this Jalsa. In Indonesian context, although not all Indonesian people understand Ahmadiyya, but the number of its followers has been increasing year by year. Currently, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community nearly 90% of Indonesian provinces. The dedication of Ahmadiyya members in Indonesia to preach and dispel false and negative stigma is commendable. As a result, there has no recent negative incident reported against Ahmadiyya. I really appreciate for the Ahmadiyya for providing open opportunities for Ahmadiyya women. The programs recognizing women achievement and also involving women in caregiving and educational roles are significant. However, it would be better if human rights principle and meaningful participation for women were released in all aspects of life, including in leadership. Leaders hold strategic position in decision making. For example, understanding the term Rijal and Zakar that have significant impact on women leadership is very important to be discussed. It reminds me in the Quran, the Queen Saba, which have country of Baldatun, Toyibatun, Warobun, Ghafur. So again, thank you very much for this attention and also from all Ahmadiyya Muslim community for this giving this giving this extraordinary opportunity. Thank you very much. Love for all, hatred for none. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Takbir! Islam Ahmadiyya! Jamaat Ahmadiyya Indonesia!
Jazakallah. Our next speaker is His Excellency Mr. Ambulwa Kairuki, who is the High Commissioner of Tanzania in the United Kingdom. He's a very good friend of the community and has attended a number of our functions and attended the National Peace Symposium in Battlefatu. He also has the honor of meeting Hazur Aqdas, and I welcome him to our Jalsa Salana and ask him to come and say a few words.
Mr. Chair, my brothers and sisters, Ahmadiyya Muslims, I stand here before this August gathering to convey greetings and best wishes to the 58th Jalsa Salana from Her Excellency President Samia Suluhu Hassan of Tanzania. I'm honored and humbled to be here today at this unique event that brought over 50,000 from more than 100 countries, including my own Tanzania, with the objective to increase religious knowledge and promote a sense of peace and brotherhood. My brothers and sisters, your motto, love for all, hatred for none, is what is needed in current day and age. I commend His Holiness and whole Ahmadiyya community around the world for promoting peace. I also commend Ahmadiyya community's charity work for humanity, which is delivered to many people without discrimination. My country has benefited a lot from your generosity in the education, water, and health sector. Therefore, to you all, I say thank you so much, asante sana, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Takbir! Jamaat Ahmadiyya Tanzania!
Asante sana, Your Excellency. Thank you. Jazakallah. Our next speaker is Honorable Agatha Marie Christine, who is the Commissioner for Women's Affairs, Child Development, and Family Affairs in Rodriguez Island, Mauritius. She is a very close and supportive friend of the Jamaat and has traveled all the way from Rodriguez Island to join us at this Jalsa Salana, and I welcome her and invite her to come and say a few words.
Assalamu alaikum. Message from the Chief Commissioner of Rodriguez Island. On behalf of the Chief Commissioner, François Aubray-Grandcourt, GOSK of Rodriguez Island, I, Marie-Christiane Agathe, am deeply honored to convey his heartfelt respect and greetings to His Holiness Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, head of the worldwide Ahmadiyya Muslim community and the 5th Caliph. We extend our warm greetings to His Holiness and all participants of the annual Jalsa Salana in the UK. Despite being a small island in the Indian Ocean, we have been blessed with visits from His Holiness Hazrat Mirza Tahir Ahmad in 1993 and His Holiness Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad in 2005, during which he laid the foundation of a second mosque at La Ferme, my hometown. The people of Rodriguez Island cherished these visits, which highlighted the Ahmadiyya Muslim community's commitment to love for all, hatred for none, and its humanitarian efforts. I recently met your representatives on the island, visited your center at Pont-Maturin, and was inspired by the speeches of His Holiness on various occasions and places, promoting the peaceful teaching of Islam. We are grateful for the support from the community and the NGOs Humanity First Germany and IAAA, whose activities aims to serve humanity. This annual Jalsa Salana exemplifies global unity with delegations worldwide sharing in a spirit of brotherhood. For the first time, Rodrigue Island, which is a small island of 45,000 inhabitants, has a delegation attending this event. We look forward to increased cooperation between the worldwide Ahmadiyya Muslim community and Rodrigue Island. Once again, we send our love and fraternal greetings to all participants, including those watching live on MTA. Wishing you a successful and blessed Jalsa Salana. Assalamu alaikum.
Takbir! Jamaat Ahmadiyya Mauritius!
Thank you very much, Your Honor. We now share some video messages with you. The first video message is from Right Reverend Ian Greenshields, who is the current moderator of the General Assembly of the Church of Scotland. He has been serving local communities for over 30 years as a minister, together with his wife Linda. They set up a charity called Hope for China's Children. The charity has raised 1.2 million and is supporting some 800 girls in Guangxi province in China. He is a close friend of the community and supports our application to acquire a community centre in Dunfermline in Scotland. The second message comes from Francis Hume, who is the National Development Officer at Interfaith Scotland. Francis supports 20 local interfaith groups in Scotland, leads interfaith events and workshops, and coordinates Scottish Interfaith Week. The Jamaat is a member of Interfaith Scotland, and Francis and her team support our membership. She's a good friend of the Jamaat. The third message is from Dr. Stephen Schneck, who is the chair of U.S. Commission for International Religious Freedom. The U.S. Commission on the International Religious Freedom, USCIRF, is established by the U.S. Congress to monitor and analyze and report on international religious freedom, and they have also highlighted the persecution of Ahmadi Muslims in the world. And the fourth message is from Rebecca Long Bailey, who is the Member of Parliament for Salford and Eccles. Rebecca has been an MP since 2015 and has served as the Shadow Cabinet Minister, Chief Secretary to the Treasury, as well as Shadow Business Minister. Most recently, she served as Shadow Education Secretary for the current government. She's a good friend of the Jamaat. Now we shall listen to these messages.
I'm delighted to be with you, albeit by a recording, and I bring the good wishes of the General Assembly of the Church of Scotland. Greetings to you, and in particular to His Holiness, your worldwide spiritual leader. Having been appointed only in May, I am still new to my role as moderator, but what I do know and have come to appreciate is the real sense of collaboration and working together between our different traditions, and a shared passion for caring for those that we serve. We live in a world with many difficulties and problems. We live in a world where poverty and need is an ever-increasing concern. We live in a world that is fragile. Climate change and global warming reminds us of just how interconnected we all are. We live in a world where peace is sadly absent from so many lives. Be assured of our continuing prayers for the world and for peace in these difficult times. And I wish you every blessing as you meet together, and hope we can meet in person sometime soon.
In my role over the past 17 years, I have been delighted to have been invited to regular interfaith peace events hosted by the Ahmadiyya community in Glasgow. And I've been very impressed by their warm welcome and also all their varied social action community projects. Interfaith dialogue is so important at this time to challenge negative stereotypes of people of different religions and cultural backgrounds
that can lead to hate crime and discrimination. We are delighted that our brothers and sisters in the Ahmadiyya Muslim community are members of Interfaith Scotland, and we offer our solidarity and support to your community in all your endeavours.
Hello, everyone. I am continually encouraged by the resilience of the community and the many ways it works to overcome repression and coercive tactics around the world. At the same time, it is disheartening that the Ahmadiyya Muslim community continues to face such serious physical, social, legal, and systematic threats in so many countries. USCIRF's monitoring and reporting has extensively documented these threats in several countries, including Algeria, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Indonesia, Malaysia, and of course, Pakistan. Across each of these countries, Ahmadis are actively denied the right to practice their faith, are subject to communal violence, and denied access to their places of worship, targeted by hate speech, and in some cases convicted under blasphemy charges. Many countries prohibit Ahmadis from declaring their faith publicly, criminalize them for identifying themselves as Muslim, and prohibit them from calling their houses of worship mosques. USCIRF is deeply troubled by the increasing pattern of intolerance and violence against Pakistan's Ahmadiyya Muslims, particularly in the last several months. We are alarmed by the increasing number of vigilante mob attacks on members of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community and continue to call for measurable reforms to improve the security and the safety of the community, including the ability to engage in religious practices without fear of reprisal. The 2024 elections further highlighted that Ahmadis continue to be disenfranchised from Pakistan's electoral process as they are denied the right to vote. USCIRF has made specific policy recommendations urging the U.S. government to work with Pakistan to stop its mistreatment of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community and to reform its discriminatory laws. I can assure you that USCIRF is very concerned about the challenges you face abroad and will continue to shine a light wherever possible. Thank you again for the opportunity to speak with you today.
Hello, my name's Rebecca Long-Bailey and I'm the MP for Salford in the North West. I'm sorry I can't be with you in person today, but I want to pay tribute to the Ahmadiyya Muslim community and particularly the Ahmadiyya Muslim Association in the North West and in my own constituency of Salford. I want to thank you for your work right across the UK, helping others, engaging local communities and working for the common good. I see firsthand how hard the association in the North West works in setting up initiatives to help and support the wider community. And I know that the reason for this is because at the heart of all of the work that you do is a dedication to peace and protecting the basic human rights of all, wherever they may be in the world. Love for all, hatred for none is the motto that's upheld by the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, and it's a message that's needed across the world now more than ever. Wishing you a really enjoyable Jalsa.